days where you feel like shit. There's gonna be days where you feel like giving up. There's gonna be days where you feel like you have no support. Your friends aren't supporting you enough. There's gonna be days where you feel like people are just like giving you the blind eye. And I just want to tell you to keep fucking going, because it's always like that until it gets better.
Yo, family, the Art of D Glass, I'm back with another video. All right, family, Ash Ketchum and Pikachu was the last piece of 2023 and is officially done now. All right, so with that being said, if you like this video, please hit that like button, leave your comments down in the comment section and let me know what you think of the drawing. Hit that notification bell and subscribe to my channel, The Art of D Glass. And just like that, on to the next project. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
BBN Jack Frost, what's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. Let me fix my camera over here. I did not fix the camera first. We had a lot to talk about today. I just want to be clear on this. One of the things that we really have to discuss, because we haven't talked about this in a while, is the Young Thug case. There's a lot going on for everybody that don't know. Something just happened in court the other day, because I've been watching the case. I've been keeping myself apprised of what's going on, or whatever the case is. So when it's time to have this come up for conversation, there's something that I got to say on it. And there is, might I add. Let me turn some of this red down, if y'all don't mind. Give me 1 second. So as we all know, there's the individual, I think his name is Tavius. I don't know if his last name is Stevens, but for some reason I think it is. And he just he was just on the stand apparently, and he said a lot of things. We're gonna be discussing that. Just so we can be clear, we're gonna be discussing that. And I'm going to be discussing something specifically that I think the prosecution is doing. And this particular situation that I think that every single individual that might find themselves maybe involved in this, whether you be on the side of law enforcement or whether you be on the side of the accused, just so we can be clear. Just because you are on trial for something, that does not mean that you're guilty. It just means that for some strange reason, there's a reason that the law enforcement community believes that you need to be held up on these charges, just so we can be clear. Just because somebody is accused of something, that does not make them guilty. We're never going to say that. That's insanity over there. We're going to roll call real quick, and we're going to get right to the show. First I want to say is shout out to Jamel. He was up in here, Fareed, before anybody commented. He's up in here. Shout out to this guy. Shout out to Rule Jones. He pulled up in the chat. Also, already, he says, salute BBN family. Frost, salute to you. Shout out to the super producer, Mike Jones, up in the house, doing all of the things. He says, top of the morning to you too, my brother. Salute. And shouts out to Manzi BK over here. He says good morning. He's throwing all of the thumbs ups. Okay, so the first thing I want to say this, and I want to be clear about this, because this is something that we have to pay attention. When law enforcement goes and they tries to get people to talk, one of the things that they want to do is they want to get you to talk about something that you feel comfortable talking about, especially if they believe that they're going to get you on the stand, and then you might want to flip-flop on something that you're saying. So they either want to put extreme pressure so you don't back up off of what you're saying, or they want you to believe the thing that you're saying is acceptable enough that even though you might be snitching, it's not, you could have been doing worse. So they're like, at least you're not doing that other thing. Don't worry, we won't make you do that. So I just want to say something. When this particular guy, Tavius Stevens, I think his last name is, I do not know why I keep calling him Stevens. Tavius, I believe his name is. When he first, shout out to BW, we got BW in the house. When he first pulled up and he was doing his testimony, a lot of people was looking at it and they was like, wow, is this guy helping Thug, or is he hurting Thug? Because of the way his testimony, it seemed a lot uneven. It seemed like there was things that would be expected for him to have said that he wasn't even saying. Let's just be honest. So it looked like, is he helping Thug, or is this something that's hurting him? And if we want to be honest with all of this, and we want to be precise also, there were quite a few YouTube videos and commentary that was created across all platforms with this conversation. So by me saying this is not me removing myself from reality or not paying attention to something that's happening. I'm talking about something that's actually happening, so pay attention. So there was the belief that, is he hurting Thug or is he helping Thug? Do you know what he just did in court? They asked him flat out, were these guys gang members? And he said, yes. YSL is a gang. And he said that they were gang members. Now, check this out. Slow down. Everybody slow down. Because remember, everybody said Gunna didn't snitch. Remember, Gunna says Gunna didn't snitch. Remember all of these super hardcore rappers that all preach that you can't be in the street, playing in the street, and then talk to the police, that are now embracing Gunna. Correct? Am I wrong about this? I just want to be clear about this. If I'm wrong about anything, put it in the chat. What up, Young L.A., Young La? I don't know if it's Young L.A. or Young La. I'm not sure how I should be saying that. But what up? Good morning, Frost. Salute to you. How's everything going? Hope everything's going well with you and yours. So I want to be clear about this. Do y'all remember that? Or am I the only one that remembers that? Am I the only one that remembers that? I cannot be the only one that remembers that. There were people saying, nah, he didn't really snitch because he didn't say anything. But now you have, just so we can be clear, a witness on the stand while testimony already exists. Testimony could be read in. It doesn't, you don't need Gunna at this point to take the stand. Testimony can be read in. You get it? Just something that I just wanted to point out, because I don't think people really understand how court works. When your lawyer sometimes tells you don't talk. When you have a real situation that you have to go in front of a court of law and you have to go in front of a judge, you shouldn't even want to speak to the judge. You should always want your lawyer to talk. That should never be a point of contention. It should never be, oh, I would have got found innocent if my lawyer would have just, if I would have just spoke it. No. Okay, so listen, pay attention. He just said that all of the people that were currently in the courtroom as defense, as the accused, were gang members. He also said that he was there at the creation of, because he's the founding member, he was there at the creation of the record label, and when they decided the name of what the record label was going to be, and when they decided to come to the conclusion that it was going to be YSL. Now, this guy says, I don't know if Thug could recover from this. I'm going to tell you something the defense did that I thought was interesting. And I thought that it was as good as you could ask for. I think just so we can be clear, Thug's attorney did as good as you could ask for. I'll tell you, I'll explain. I'll get into that in a minute after, I finish covering this. I'll get into what Thug's attorney did, and it's as good as you could ask for. And it was clever. And it was definitely 100% something that even though I think most of us will look at it like that's bullshit, I think it was clever enough that at least one person would consider it, maybe two or three, just the consideration of it. And that's all that they really want in this particular situation. They want you to consider, because once you start considering, what comes next is the doubt. Shout out to the Art of D Glad He says, blessings, BB. Family blessings. Salute to you, my brother. Hope everything's going well with you and yours. Just so we could be clear. All of the accused that was sitting in the courtroom were gang. He also admitted to being there at the creation of the name of the record label and why they called the record label what they called the record label. Do you understand what he just did? So what the prosecution does is the prosecution is trying to prove crimes that were being committed. So you're charged with crimes, and the prosecution has witnesses coming out, and those witnesses are to come out to disprove, or to, pardon me, to prove that you are was complicit, or you was a part of, or you did, or whatever the case is, whatever the crime is that they're accusing you of. Correct? That's what the prosecution does. So when the prosecution calls us a witness, what your guy does is your guy knows what the testimony of that witness should be because of the evidence that the prosecution currently has. But there's a problem when the prosecution has so much evidence, or they claim to have so much evidence, and that particular witness that's being walked out has privy to basically everything. What do you prepare for? Now, what I just explained to you was not something that can be prepared for. He's saying, I'm a founding member. We all know I'm a founding member because since we were created, I was one of the people that was spoke about as being a founding member. This is the government. They've did whatever research. They've been tracking these guys forever, so they know who's who. Also, if I am to be correct, on the record label, he's the face, like he's the name, right? Is this, we talking about record label, correct? I'm gonna put a question up there. I'm curious. If I just stated the position on that, I'm gonna put a question up. I want to know what you guys think. Ah, sheesh. I'm just doing that damn. The words is coming out so slow. I'm like, what is going on over here? You think Doug is in trouble because of that witness? Like, what the heck, man? Come on, cough it out. Got some money here. It's no 50-50, and then we'll pull it out. I just want to see results, right? There we go. Get that out of here. Get that off the screen. My computer can go back to running the right way. What the hell, man? Anyway, with that being said, be right back. When we come back, if you didn't know what we've already discussed, I'll just go over it real quick, and then we'll come back and we're going to discuss it again. Trontavious, I keep thinking his last name is Steven. Somebody look it up for me. Took the stand. This is supposed to be a founding member of the music side of YSL. Took the stand, and what he did say was absolutely devastating for the defense. He said that all of the members that were accused, that were currently in the courtroom, were all of the individuals that were accused, that were currently in the courtroom, were members of YSL. When we come back, I'll explain why that is so terrible and why he's already convicted. For everybody that don't get what I'm trying to say.
I be on my grind. At 6 in the morning. It be on my mind. At 6 in the morning. That's why I keep that pine. At 6 in the morning. When I'm on that grind. At 6 in the morning. I be on my grind. At 6 in the morning. It be on my mind. At 6 in the morning. That's why I keep that pine. That's why I keep that. When I'm on that grind. When I 6 in the morning. I get it and go. Call that a fast break. Young cash cow and all I eat is steak. The pill game been booming, you fuck boys late. Your whole team rib touching, you the only one ain't. You hang around some real niggas, you the only one ain't. If I fuck with you, my word good as the bank. Damn, if I knew 2 days ago what I knew right now, I wouldn't even be in this shit.
All right, so welcome back. Before we went to break, one of the things I wanted to explain to you is that what he just did was absolutely devastating the Thug's game, the Thug's trial, Thug's ability to be able to prove himself innocent. And the reason is because the number one charge on there is the RICO charge, the racketeering charge. Do you understand that? The simple act of being part of a gang that you are now, remember, they're saying that they're a street criminal gang, and he's saying that we created a record label and those guys are part of the street gang. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, he's also, by doing that, what he's basically also saying is the music in which they were creating was what? So whenever they was creating music and they was talking about any kind of furtherance of any kind of gang at all, they are part of an actual gang that is actually on trial for being accused of things. And that is going to be racketeering if they are part of a gang. And Thug was what? Because the next thing that he was doing was he was paying the bills for the house that they were living in. So they were a gang. Thug was paying the rent, the bills for the house that they were living in. Racketeering, furtherance of a street gang. What's that, 20 off the bat? I didn't see how court work yet. Understand how court work yet? Do you understand how court work yet? Why people be getting found guilty and individuals be swearing up and down now, but they said that other thing, no. Shout out to Rue. Don't nobody see them Dodge Jones. I saw your name earlier. My apologies. I didn't say anything. How are you doing, my brother? Hope everything is going well with you and yours. He says, what caught me is when the prosecutor asked the guy how you feel about his friends or people saying he's a snitch, and he says he believes in telling the truth. I'm curious if they told him to say that. I think they told him to say that. That was slick wordplay for everybody that don't get it. Psychologically, without you even thinking about it, you immediately associate Thug and everybody on trial for being a liar, meaning you immediately associate their attorneys with being a liar. Very tricky wordplay and subconscious manipulation. They told him to say that. What you think, Rue? What you think, Rue? I think that was incredible wordplay and subconscious manipulation. I think they smacked them dead in the face. They don't want to be mentioned. Shout out for the $25 drop. Definitely appreciate you. So that's how this works. I say dope shit, and people pull up. I'm gonna say more dope shit. Hold on, no, pay attention. Because I'm just talking about Rule's comment for a minute. Because I didn't see that part. Just so we can be clear. So you're telling me something that I didn't actually witness myself. So I'm just going off of what you're saying. I don't know the questions that were surrounding how this came up, because that is just as important as what was just said. So you have heard the surrounding questions and responses would know better than I would. Did this sound like this was something that they were setting up? Because I believe what they were basically trying to set up as, we're over here telling the truth, what you're always trying to do. We're over here telling the truth, while the other side, they're the liars. So we already got our guy to say, no, I don't believe in the snitching. None of that matters to me. Telling the truth is the most thing that's important. So now, every single time the prosecution, the defense team says something to a witness and calls a witness a snitch, in the jury's mind, this guy's telling the truth. So now, if the jury sees somebody snitched out there in the real world, when they're not even on the subconsciously, without them even wanting to form a thought, they're going to say, oh, that person's telling the truth. So I think it was formulated by the prosecution. I think it's a pretty tricky strategy, especially when you know one of the main things that they're going to be doing is saying that this person is incredible because they're a snitch. Now they've associated snitching with telling the truth to the jury. So you can't say people are snitches. You can't make that a point. You can't try to act like somebody's credibility shouldn't be valued because now they value telling the truth over whatever the story should have been. Nice play. Do y'all want to hear? You want to stay on this side of the conversation, or do y'all want to move over to what I heard from Thug's defense that I thought was pretty interesting? I don't know how well it's gonna play because, just so we can be clear, a lot of what Thug's defense has been is shit that's indefensible, that they had to just, make up acronyms for things. It's kind of been like kind of indefensible. You understand? The hard part is this. when you have a platform that is aimed at a specific group, right? And it's not even because you're trying to encourage people to become with that group. Because let's say we got BBN over here, right? Let's say we have let's choose a random thing that ain't us. So let's say you got a artist that comes out, right? So the artist, like what happened with Bobby Shmurda. So the artist is making music for just a specific neighborhood. The music is not meant really for the outskirts. You know, yes, they can make music for outside of the neighborhood, but this particular song was meant for the neighborhood. You're not necessarily trying to get people to now start doing what the neighborhood is doing. It's just that what the neighborhood is doing is so dope. Everybody else is now doing it also. What came first, the chicken or the egg? This should be the fucking argument. Anyway, geez, fam, am I not fam? Shouldn't that not be the argument? We're not encouraging people to come do what we're doing. We just doing some shit. We can't help it if people are following. Hold on, we're gonna go over a point that I heard him say. Bo Reels, shout out to Bo Reels, salute. I'll move up to your comment in a minute. Give me a second. So I want to be clear about this. Keep commenting. Don't stop. I want to be clear about this. When he pointed and said that those dudes are the gang, after they already walked through the steps that he was a founding member of the YSL record label side, that means no one can tell him who and who isn't part of the gang. If Doug is now paying for the home that the gang lives in, while these individuals are going out and committing gang activities, especially gang activities he knows about, so what's that first count? The RICO? In the furtherance of, you know that count? Without a shadow of a doubt, that witness was intended to prove that. For everybody that saw the testimony, what are your points? What is your opinion? For everybody that saw the testimony, because I only saw a couple of parts, and I immediately knew what they were doing. I knew what they was doing after I heard the first damn question. But that's only because I heard what he was saying the other day. Now, there's one more thing that I want to say real quick. I was going to leave this for last, but I'll say it right now before we get to the defense. You do understand what the prosecution down there in Atlanta did, right? You do know why all of those first questions he didn't need to answer, right? Because somebody else is going to come fill those in. And that somebody else is probably somebody who said that they wouldn't say what he just said. You get it? So we don't need all of y'all to say everything. We just need you to say a little bit of this, fill in that gap. You can fill in that gap. You don't feel comfortable saying that other stuff? Don't worry. We ain't even going to ask you. Matter of fact, we'll give you the opportunity to not tell us in front of everybody. Yeah, man, because I don't want to. Not a problem. So everybody can know you don't say that, because you know that's the worst. That other little bit of stuff, you're going to have to say that. Yeah, I'll say that other stuff. So now they got somebody else is going to say the part he's not going to say. And he's going to say the part somebody else isn't going to say. And then that part that somebody else is going to say, he isn't going to say. And that's how they're going to paint this picture. Thug is in trouble. And might I add, just something to think about. You know, any of the people that is, you know, really, really well off financially that could have tried to pull a string or two, a lot of them seem to be in trouble right now with the Lord too, don't they? And having nothing to do with Thug. I'm not putting this in his lap. I'm just saying. Bo Reels says only one witness and people acting like it's over. I'm just talking about the points that the prosecution is intending to prove and their ability to be able to prove it. And I'm speaking about it from a witness to witness standpoint. That's all I'm doing. The fact that this is the first witness is probably worse, because this is the first thing that the jury is going to hear. Now think about what I said. And I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying what it is. I think that his attorney should have been asking what came first, the chicken or the egg. Were y'all intending to pull people into what y'all was doing, or what y'all was doing just so cool that people just started following you and you couldn't stop them? Now, unless you could definitively say that my client said that we're going to do this and we're going to do that because we're going to get people to follow us and do gang activities behind these actions, how can you say that my client intended to get people to want to follow him to do these things? Sometimes people just follow greatness and they have their own decisions on how they want to do their own things. My client can't dictate how every man goes about their life. Only thing my client could do is stand for him and his family. You want him to be held accountable for the actions of individuals that moved autonomously about the world. This is just a situation where there was a great man that had some people that wanted to be a part of his greatness. And some of those people might have been great also. Some of those people might even have been greater than him. The difference is this isn't all falling in his lap. Pardon me, their lap is falling in his. Wait, why you said that? Correction, Thug is coming home. Oh, you talking about if I did this thing? I don't know. I'm just saying stuff, man. You gotta be up there trying to hit your guy. You gotta talk that shit. I was just about to talk about that, Bo Reels. I thought that Thug's attorney did an incredible job flipping that particular conversation and changing a narrative. But basically, what Thug's attorney did was try to create a narrative that could be a long-running narrative throughout the Faith. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not for or against any. God's will be done. That's it. That's all I'm for. God's will being done. I'm not trying to. Are y'all getting kicked? I think y'all getting kicked. Every time we get to like 50, the numbers start dropping. I think y'all getting kicked. All I'm here for is God will being done, fam. That's it. I'm not here for nothing else. If it's for him to come home, then he'll come home. If it's not, then he won't. It's just, that's what it is. I'm not hating on the brother, and I'm not, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I just want God's will to be done. That's it. I don't know what God's will is. Who the hell am I? I'm just Jack Frost over here, man. Let's read some comments. Come on, man. Bo Reels said a couple of things. I told him I'd look at his comment. Let me just go up real quick. He said, just so we could be clear, he said that Thug's attorney did good yesterday. I thought Thug's attorney made a really good point because so there was a situation and I'll discuss this real quick. So there was a situation about putting money on a head. So you know how people be like, yo, I'm gonna put money on that guy's head, and we got money on this guy's head and that guy's head, because you know what that means. So they wanted to change that conversation in to the jury, basically, just like I explained to you, the prosecution created the narrative in the jury's mind of these guys are liars, we're telling the truth. They wanted to change that narrative to the jury. So at least that's my opinion of this. This is what Bo Rose is talking about. If I'm talking about the same thing you're talking about, Bo Rose, put it in the chat. So basically what happened was he gets and they talk about a conversation that was had that was reposted academics. I saw academics, I posted it, and I think it was academics chat or something. I'm not sure 100%. Anyway, so it basically says something about Thug saying something about 24 million on somebody's head. So what I'm pretty sure is later on there's going to be a conversation about Thug putting money on somebody's head. And I believe that they want the jury to have the impression that just because somebody says something about putting money on somebody's head is not necessarily a negative thing. Because in this particular situation, what Thug was talking about was, remember when Little Uzi Vert put that diamond in the middle of his forehead? He did that old weirdo ass shit. I ain't mad at you, Little Uzi Vert. Do what you do, fam. But to me, that's weirdo ass shit. See, normal and it's regular. It's fine. I'm pretty sure there's things I do you think is weirdo ass shit, and I'm fine with that also. I'm just being clear about this. So when we had that diamond on it, and it was supposed to be 24 million, I don't know, it could have been $1 billion as much as I don't care. In any regard, that's the 24 million that was speaking on, that they were talking about, that was put on somebody's head. So I thought that was dope how they flipped the conversation, just so you could be clear. And this is what Bo Reels is talking about. Hold on, I'm gonna put up his other. I think he right here. He says, and that's what he's talking about when he says this. Shout out to Bo Reels. Really appreciate you pulling up in the chat today. Nice comments. And that's what he's talking about when he's saying that. So. But that still leaves the problem, just so we could be clear, that leaves the problem of what the prosecution said when he called them the gang. Do you have any retort to that, response to that, Bo Reels? Any response that you could put into the chat about how the prosecution had said that got the witness to say that they were all part of this gang? Any response? I'm just curious. I'm gonna look at Rule Jones's comment while we see if I'm just curious. I'm not coming for you, fam. I'm just asking, Rue Jones says, what are people going to say when the other witnesses say Thug was calling the shots? Because best believe that's coming in soon. Every witness is going to play a part. Stay tuned. Yeah, basically what I just explained is exactly what's going to happen. There's going to be witnesses that are going to, that when they will be in interview, they just refuse to say this or they refuse to say that. I wouldn't be surprised if it was even a, but I told y'all that this is basically what they was going to do previously. I think I believe. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I wouldn't be surprised if the information that they're actually getting was offered to them, as soon as they was that these pleas was being offered. Remember, they offered like 1 or 2 guys, or the word had got out that they would offer anybody a plea, and these dudes was like, they was running to they lawyers, like they was running to the damn prosecutors, like, yeah, we want to do a deals over here. Remember, good, man. I'm hope I'm not the only one that remembers this. So, just so we can be clear, that might be how they was even able to decide what they was and wasn't going to ask whoever or where the witnesses were going to line up, because some people, I'm pretty sure they were pressuring to say this or pressuring to say that because that's just the information that they had. But I'm also pretty sure that there were other individuals that they just, what do you got? What do you feel comfortable talking about? All right, that's enough. All right, we'll give you a deal. That's enough. You understand what I'm saying? More. We need more. That's it? Oh, then that's enough. You got more? Okay, maybe. You understand what I'm saying? And I believe that that's the way that they were dealing with them. And I think that that's also why they have so many witnesses just in general. You understand what I'm saying? That were also defendants at one point, because they was just like, what do you got? Often you'll have somebody that they'll flip, but they'll be like, that's not enough. And they'll be like, I'm not giving you no more. They'll be like, fuck it, I'm going to take it to trial. But I believe in this case, like, they were taking like probably like bare minimums, like, because, we only need a tiny bit from that guy. You know what I'm saying? We don't really care. We want to get this other dude badly. So yeah, I believe that there's every single witness. I wouldn't be surprised if every individual witness will mention like one innocuous time that Thug was like in charge or flexed his authority. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it'll be like one innocuous time, one bullshit ass time, a time that wasn't even really necessary. He just flexed his authority. And then they're probably gonna also all have that one time that it was just a big deal thing busted out and he was the last word. I promise you. Why? Because that's what I would do. I think that in this particular case, with as many people that you have that decided that they were going to flip on the main individual that you want to go after, I believe that that's the best way to do it. I think that's the best way. That's the simplest way. That's the easiest way to get people on the stand. You find out what they're comfortable talking about, and you don't really try to push too much because you don't have to. That's why Thug is in trouble. He didn't have a small circle. I don't know what else to tell you. Bo Real says, even if he's innocent, we're gonna go with, because we don't know if he's guilty. We're gonna find out if he's guilty. He could be innocent. Who knows? Just so we could be clear, and I'm not saying that to be facetious. Newtown says, give him a plea, 5 years or free the man. Okay, so I'm gonna take it. This is just some good ass trolling. I'm just that Michael Myers mashing mans is wearing over his. I'm assuming that this is just the trolling of the 10th degrees. Oh man, Bo Real says, that's a scary part. We don't know what the other witnesses is gonna say yet. Exactly. But if you want the situation to be, if you want them to be effective, one of the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna build the foundation on how well they know Thug. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna build the foundation. They're gonna talk about whatever intimate moments they might have had. They're gonna talk about instances where there was, like I said, some kind of intimacy amongst them. And intimacy isn't not just sex, just something that they shared that very few people might have shared with him or been with him or involved themselves with or been invited to or been around. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna build the foundation of how well they know Thug first, and who they are as a person. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, then they're gonna ask questions leading into the situation that involved them knowing Thug, shit like that. And then after that is all the way cemented is when why are these crimes being committed. I'm just telling you how that goes. I'm just telling you how that goes, fam. I'm just telling you how that goes. So if I'm saying anything wrong, put it in the chat. I'm just telling you how that goes. Yes, Tao has been interesting. Bo Real says that's why Thug Lawyer is trying to separate Thug from a connection to the gang. Like I just told you, that's impossible because of what just happened today. So real quick, I'm gonna go over 5 seconds. I'm gonna go over what we said in the beginning of the video just so you can understand where we're at with this. So Trontavious, what's that guy's last name? It's not Stevens. Is there a Trontavious Stevens in the NBA or close or some shit? Anyway, so the dude took the stand they're saying he's a co-founder of YSL. His name is Trontavious and his last name might start with S. In any regard, he takes the stand. And after, towards the end of his testimony or middle of his testimony, whatever the case is, after they built the foundation of who he is and what he's doing and how he's a part of this and how he's involved, then they ask him basically what the dudes allegedly, they ask him, are the individuals that are currently on trial in the courtroom, the accused, are they part of the gang? Because Trontavious is the individual that is basically the forerunner or the individual that is the co-founder of the record label. You understand? So he's the co-founder of the record label. So they ask him, is there these guys part of the gang? He says, yeah. Then they say, name them. He names them. So based on that, it's going to be pretty hard. And I don't know how he's going to do this. Because, in my opinion, the prosecution decided to start off the case proving the connectivity and all the crimes before anything. And I wouldn't be surprised if the last witness the last witness for the prosecution does the same thing. It's put in place simply to just prove the connectivity of all the crimes. I need 1 second. We're going to be right back. We're going to take a real quick commercial break. All of the things.
Yo, family, Order D Glass, I'm back with another video. All right, family, Ash Ketchum and Pikachu was the last piece of 2023 and is officially done now. All right, so with that being said, if you like this video, please hit that like button. Leave your comments down in the comment section and let me know what you think of the drawing. Hit that notification bell and subscribe to my channel, The Art of D-Glass. And just like that, on to the next project. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
I could be whatever I wanted. So I became a problem.
Fucking finally, I was trying to turn that shit off for a second. My apologies. I couldn't turn the damn thing off. I was trying to turn the damn thing off for a second. My apologies, y'all. Yeah, it just kept going. I was like, what the hell? I'm clicking the button. All right, so yeah, so the thugs lawyers trying to separate the thugs from a connection to the gang. Like I said before, the government is saying that guy was one of the founding members. Just so I could be clear, the government is saying this. I wasn't in Atlanta. I don't know all of these gang politics. I'm not running around claiming anybody is a part of anything or anybody else is part of anything. What I am saying is these are claims that the government is making. So for anybody that want to argue these things, you have to argue these things with the government. I'm not going to argue the points that the government is saying. Wow. Sheesh. Just got great news. I can't talk about it. Anyway, so I don't know how, and I'm not saying that Thug's attorney can't disprove these things. I just want to be clear about this. I'm not saying that these aren't things that Thug's attorney can't disprove. He might be able to disprove all of these things. He might be able to clear Thug's name in all of this. I'm not saying that he can't. I'm just explaining to you what has been the obstacle that is currently in front of them. And like I said before, I gave you a couple of arguments that I would have used personally. So I don't think that this is an insurmountable odd. I don't think it is insurmountable. You understand? I think it just takes a little bit of creativity, maybe. I think it might take a little bit of creativity, but I do not think it's an insurmountable odd. I just want to be clear on this. I do think that this is definitely a Mike Tyson haymaker. Unequivocally. I think it's going to be interesting to see how all of the attorneys on the other side handles this. Not just the great Brian Steele, not just him, but the other attorneys also. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle it. Just so we could be clear. It says, can this witness, can they be considered credible witnesses though? That's a great point. Super producer Mike Jones. The super producers. That's a great point. I think a lot of what Thug's attorneys and the attorneys, if I was, just so we could be clear, if I was on the defense's side, right, I would have certain attorneys like we all gonna have the questions to go after every witness that we can that's going to help our client. Let's not get this confused. But I would have specific attorneys that you're gonna build the case, because we can't all go after every single client. So you're going to be looking to attack the credibility of these number of clients. These guys is going to get these not clients, witnesses. Then this attorney is going to get this stack of witnesses. So every single time a witness get on the stand, we'll have one of our attorneys back there, because there's a shitload of attorneys. We have one of the attorneys that has dedicated themselves in order to be able to attempt, even if it's not even possible, attempt to attack the credibility of whoever the witness might be. So that's what I would do. I don't know what anybody else is doing. Great point, super producer. Shout out to who we got up in here, the Smoke Rebel. Shout out to the Smoke Rebel. Says salute to you, my brother. Bo Real says great comments this morning, my brothers and sisters. I don't know if we got any sisters in here this morning. Great comments. I'm gonna scroll down so I can make sure I can see y'all while y'all in real time also. Bo Real says, so his lawyer's working on that angle and put all the crimes on him and not Thug. He painted the picture. Thug is a millionaire and an artist and took people on tour and told them not to do street crimes. Wait. But that was an opening statements though, right? Yeah, sure, whatever. What testimony can he get out of people that will be cementing those as facts? Like, is there testimony that he can get? That was just an opening statements. Opening statements is this whatever shit we want to talk, right? Closing statements is us going over the facts that was discussed during the trial. Once again, opening statements is whatever shit we want to talk. Closing statements is whatever facts you want the jury to remember at the end of the trial, right? So hold on. Shout out to Shallow Hal. So hold on. Slow down. Shallow Hal just said a point. Keep with your comments. So Shallow Hal says that the dude said that he founded the gang, not the music. So you don't think that's worse? So just so we can be clear, are you saying the dude on the stand? I just so we can be clear, I'm not talking about this tick dude. I'm just asking you a whole different question for one moment, Shallow Hal. I know you in a different conversation. I'm not trying to interrupt that conversation. Keep that conversation going. At y'all should be atting each other every now and then, please. So, are you saying that the dude that took the stand is head of the street gang or the music? I'm gonna finish with what I'm talking about, and then if you respond, then I'll respond back. That's how it's gonna go. So once again, Bo Real says his lawyer's working on an angle to put all the crimes on them. On who them? And not Thug, on the individuals that committed the crimes? See, this is the problem. Every single person on that jury, I'm going to assume, has seen a movie. So the dude that was on the stand was the guy that helped start the street gang. And he said, them niggas is part of the street gang. And you don't think that's worse? You think that's worse or better for Thug? That's worse. Oh, y'all both talking to me. Oh, shit, I had no idea. I'm trying my hardest not to argue with niggas. So, all right, and I was scrolled up. I was reading other comments at the time. I had not scrolled down to see what y'all guys was writing, so I was definitely not ignoring you guys. No, but listen, pay attention. Listen, pay attention. You don't get it, right, Shallow Hal? It wasn't his job to say whether Thug committed a crime involved in the gang. It was just his job to submit a Thug as being a part of the gang. So now if you're telling me that that dude was one of the founding members of the gang and he's saying that Thug is a part of the gang, now when other people get on the stand and say that they were a part of the gang and Thug is part of a founding member, and as a gang member they did a crime, guess who that's going to fall on? You wasn't thinking about that when you was trying to give this argument to me, were you? I'm just asking. But thank you for informing me of that. But damn, that makes it worse for Thug. You do understand that, right? I'm just asking because you saying it like it makes it better. I'm not sure what you. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. No. What I'm saying is he's a founder, right? You don't think they're gonna put 2 and 2 together? You don't think they're gonna put 2 and 2 together? We can talk about the spider jacket too. Shout out to the Zigster. You just think people don't got no sense. You don't think they're gonna put 2 and 2 together? We just talked about credibility, right? Witness credibility. We talked about witness credibility, right? No, I didn't say we were arguing at the moment. Because you're stating things that are factual, and things that are factual. We're not in here talking about each other's opinions. So we having a discourse. You're right. They have to prove that the crimes was committed in the furtherance of the gang. Yes. Agreed. You're 100% right. Right. They have to prove that these crimes were committed in the furtherance of the gang. But the first thing you have to do is, one, prove that a gang exists, right? I'm just saying. Then after you prove the gang exists, then you just got to prove the people that belong to the gang, right? Because there's an order. Right? Then after you prove the people that belong to the gang, you prove that the crimes were committed. Correct? Because there's an order. If I'm saying anything wrong, put it in the chat. Because I do appreciate being corrected on things that I'm actually wrong about. Because that's where conversation often starts and becomes incredible. I love when we got the people in here that's in here for conversation and here to like further the salute. Could we just clap it up for everybody? Could everybody in here just like dap it up for y'all? Dap it up for yourselves this morning. I appreciate you guys. You guys are incredible this morning. We having an incredible chat. This is feeling like old BBN days. This is an incredible chat. This feel like we're getting back to the old BBN days. This feel like we're getting back to that type of chat. Incredible chat today. They following the handbook, fam. That's a fact. Shout out to Jones. Thank you. They're following the handbook. Fam, when we are here and we talk in court, right? I'm just gonna be honest with you. When we talk in court, fam, I'm not talking from the perspective that I want anybody to be found guilty, and I'm not talking about it from the perspective that I want anybody to be found innocent. I'm not even looking at it like that. I'm not even perceiving it that in that manner. Like that's not important to me. You understand? Just so we can be clear, none of that is important to me. If I was on trial, it would be important. If I have a loved one that was on trial, it would be important. But other than that, it's not my job to become emotionally attached to any situation involved in here. It's only my job to display to you the information in order and have a conversation about it. That's it. It's my job. If y'all ask me my opinion, sometimes I'll tell you, but 9 times out of 10, I do not tell you my opinion. I'm just telling you the facts. If you have an opposing commentary that corrects something that I'm saying, because what I'm saying, I believe it to be a fact and it's not, please tell me. Let's make sure that we ain't miss any comment that I wanted to respond back to in a second. Shout out to BW. He said, likes, hit that like button. I'm not even sure what the like is like. I can't see the screen that usually. Hold on. Let's put up a question. We ready for a poll, right? We ready for a poll. Let's get a poll up. We ready for a poll. Already. Hold on. I didn't even remember that this shit existed. And it was the same thing I was about to write. It's the same thing I was about to write. So shout out to that shit. Is in trouble because of this witness. 13 people voted so far. Let me refresh the page. It might be more than 13 people. Is page like it needs to be refreshed over there. Refresh the page. Wait for that to get done. Hold on. Shout out to Nick the Slick. There we go. Hey, how y'all doing? All of the things. All right, so we're gonna get back to what we was talking about. Before this, that window, I pulled the window up. All of the problems. What the fuck, fam? Part of my language. I go over. I actually was gonna. I knew there was more people. 13 that actually voted. So I refreshed page. Ran the problem is with the double in like a couple of seconds. So I'm gonna say it real quick. Do you that Doug is in to vote so far? 30% said yes. 24% said no. 26% said 50% said hold up. There we go. Nah, I had a thing happen. So we back. Anyway, so let me get back to what we was talking about. Let me get back to what we was talking about. It had to be choppy as hell, man. Because I wasn't here. I could just imagine how choppy that shit was. I wasn't here. Anyway, shout out to everybody that stayed. Thank you for waiting for it to get back to get caught up. With that being said, I'm going to scroll up a little. I'm going to read a couple of your comments. I'm going to see the ones that I'm going to respond back to. Everybody, thanks for the great comments this morning. Let's keep the show going. If you are enjoying any aspect of the show today, remember you could always pull up to the BBN shop. You could go purchase some merch. That's absolutely one of the best ways. Absolutely. Actually, that is like the best way to help promote the brand and to just be a part of what we're doing over here. Let's create tradition. So you could always pull up to the BBN shop. Also, you can pull up to Cash App, Super Chat, and or PayPal, and you can just pull up to the saloon. I tried to have a Tonight Show last night, but as y'all know, sometimes I've been having these computer issues. I'm gonna work it out. We're gonna get back everything on target, and also got some video that I have to be edited. But we're gonna get everything back on target. I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling fresh. And I'm feeling dope. I'm doing all of the things. With that being said, let's get back to the show. Drew Jones says the prosecutor made him read his plea agreement again, just enough to remind him what he was saying. Just to remind what he has to say when he started acting slow. Like I said before, I believe that there's things that he does not have to agree to. I believe all of them are going to have, questions that they're going to be asked that the prosecution don't even care if they respond back to it because other people are going to answer those questions. You understand what I'm saying? Because remember, if you don't remember, not a problem. But you remember that other thing. We got 8 other guys that remember that shit you forgot. So that's not going to be a big deal. You understand what I'm saying? You have a lot of people. Just so we could be clear. So I think that that's basically the route that they're going to go. Generally, that is kind of like the route to go. But they have so many people that you'll be surprised that the little that people are going to have to do to be able to get a reasonable deal. That's the point in what you're trying to make. Bo Real says he's a good lawyer. Brian Steele, yeah, he's one of the best lawyers in the country, correct? But he's not going to be easy to beat this case. It's going to be extremely difficult for many of the reasons that we discussed this morning. I do want to discuss his defense a little bit more. If you want to put that in the chat, put it in the chat, Bo Reals, because that was something that you was leaning into. Bo Reals also says, we know this ain't the first case you covered. Thank you, my brother. I go for facts, man. We doing stuff over here. I go for facts. Appreciate you. You ain't definitely ain't lying right there. I don't know what you do in your spare time. The sister says, in the beginning, we're all trying to eat, and there's a lot of riffraff going on to survive, so they begin to get more money with music. Doug wasn't over there. This dude was still committing crimes. Oh, so that's what you believe a defense could be. I believe that could be a defense also. Also, that just might be what you're saying happened. Wink, wink. Sure, why not? I don't care. I'm just making jokes. But no, that's 100% plausible. And I think that that's something that I don't see no reason why his attorney wouldn't make that a point of contention. That's definitely a point that should be made. That we did start over here doing a thing. See, but this is the problem. This is the problem, Zixta. I didn't want to really mention this, but your argument is good enough that I'll mention this. This is the problem. You see, they're saying that the record label started after the situation happened with Big Nut. They're saying that situation, while he's still going to be saying he was a part of a gang during that situation, was the situation that propelled them into the music industry and allowed for them to be able to have the gang influence that they did have in that region. That is what's being said. So it's going to be hard to say I went into the music and dude kept committing crimes when the whole main crime that they're attaching to the situation and saying that this is how all of this came about is going to be in a situation that you're still going to be attached to the gang. Does that make sense? I'm just trying to be fair, if that makes any sense. I think that he needs to be wearing things that's a little bit more conservative in court, just so we can be clear. They asked me about his jacket. Definitely be more conservative in court. Definitely more conservative in court. You back now. I wish I was able to put that whole entire comment up there, BW. Good comment. He says, imagine Frost really did that. He be there doing an interview, and then all of a sudden, he did like, I guess that's a Shambam Purdue Pop. He be going. He be pulling up on the case for his opinions and shit. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I gotta move the mic back. Appreciate you. I be having the mic in the wrong spot. I be forgetting about the mic. All right, let's get back to it. What about the fact that the current DA? So, just so we can be clear, the Zixta did agree on my point. So that's I appreciate you. So you do agree on my point. Like I'm not like, I'm thinking about what you're saying, and then I'm responding. I'm not just saying just random things to try to prove a point in which I'm trying to make. I'm trying to respond back to the thing that you're actually saying. The Zixta said, what about the fact that the current DA is YSL Mongo's former defense attorney? What about the fact that Fannie Willis just got caught up in another SEX situation that they're saying that she had a relationship with somebody, a different person. I forgot who it's supposed to be involved with. I just gleaned it. I didn't really get the opportunity. My phone is all cracked up, so sometimes I be somewhere and it just clicks me other places. I don't know what to tell you. It got a mind of its own. So basically, that's what happened. But Fannie Willis, for everybody that don't know, is currently in a situation where they're alleging that she was doing some sexy time with somebody that is a witness or part of a crime or some shit. I don't know. But there's a lot of that going on with her name. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if any of it is true, but there's a lot of that going on with her name. Is that what you're referencing, Zigster? Because you're also saying, just so we can be clear, that the current DA is YSL Mongo's former defense attorney. And is that Fannie Willis? And she wrote exactly already. I'm assuming that's what the exactly is for. Ain't that kind of wild how y'all come in here with these great comments and I'm on point with y'all? That means that we here. We were always been here. All right. There's just people coming around trying to make it so we not here, but we here. I think I have consistently responded back to a myriad of different ideas and concepts surrounding around this one topic. Enough so that there has to be an understanding that I have some type of mental faculties about me. So about Big Nut, allegedly, Fannie Willis had a relationship with Big Nut. And that's why it's such a big deal that people were saying why she's going after Young Thug so hard. Because is she going after Young Thug because she's trying to get, a criminal off the street, or she's trying to get justice for her heart? So for everybody that don't know, I believe they asked Dude about the so Thug there's a clothing line and it's Spider, right? There's a clothing line Spider, but it's spelled SP5DER, right? Right? Just so we could be clear. So Thug wore the coat in court recently. Anyway, I believe there was a question that was presented to the individual that's on the stand right now about what the 5 in Spider entails. And Dude said it meant Juice WRLD. So just so we could be clear, they said that the 5 means Juice WRLD, and that's how we doing it. If you believe the 5 means something else, put it in the chat. But that's where I'm going with it. And that's what we doing. Did the government say that the 5 meant something else? Hold on, slow up. Did the government say that the 5 meant something else? Put me on the game. I didn't see the whole entire testimony. They didn't let it come up, Zigster. Shit. Oh boy. What the hell, fam? Gotta watch it with them jokes. All I'm saying is, even when it was originally oh boy. Anyway. If you are enjoying any aspect of the show this morning, you can always pull up to the PayPal, Cash App, and or Super Chat. Or you could go cop some merch. We got a merch shop down there. Go check out the BBN shop. Oh man, you guys are the worst. You guys are the worst. If y'all enjoying yourselves this morning, show some support to the page, you rat bastards. Sheesh. Can't get down on me when I'm doing a good job. All right, where we at in the conversation? Let's get back to it. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that damn. As far as I know, it stands for Juice World. We clear? That's what he said, right? If we gonna believe everything else he said, are we gonna also believe when he said that? That's all I'm saying. Did the government said it meant anything else? If they did, let me know what they said. I would like to know. Bo Real said it's a part of the gang. I'm gonna go. If they saying that other guy, if they saying he telling the truth about all those other things, I'm just saying. Anyway, saying your witness is lying. I would bring that up immediately. I would have been like, I would have immediately brought that up when I was Brian Still. That would have been the first damn thing I would have been talking about. I would have went up there as soon as it was my turn. I would have been like, hold on, what did you say Spider stands for? He would have said the 5 is Spider. He would have said it stands for the Juice World. And I'm going to say, well, did the prosecution that called you to the stand just call you a liar? I'm telling you, fam. Did the prosecution that just called you to the stand call you a liar? What you talking about? Sheesh. Sheesh, fam. Did he do that? Did he do that? I'm curious. Did he do that? If he didn't do that, I don't know what they're doing over there. I'm just telling you. God made me laugh so hard. I'm sheesh, man. It's your fault. Do you think he should have said that? If you think he should have said something like that, put a force in the chat. Let's get our chat rate up. If you think he should have said something like that, put a force in the chat. Sheesh, man. He called the guy he called to the stand. He called him to the stand and he called him a liar. I would have went after that like a. I would have attacked that before I even would have talked about what I'm talking about. I would have attacked the hell out of that. I would have went to work. So you just, and I would have let the jury know. You just call somebody to the stand that you believe that they're a liar, but you want the jury to believe the other testimony? You want the jury to believe the other testimony, but I would have had them read that shit back. He called a person on the stand. He don't even believe it. He's calling his own witness a liar in front of you. I should have been in that courtroom, fam. I promise you. I got him back up off the mic. I promise you. Sheesh. That's a courtroom I needed to be in, fam. Sheesh. Tell me where the lie at. I don't even know how he missed that. Bo Reals, that's not the point. It helps Thug more if we now believe that we can't believe the guys that they call up to be on the stand. That helped Thug way more down the road when they call somebody else up to the stand that's saying some shit that they can't fucking explain. I don't know how to argue with niggas based off of opinions, man. I don't know how to have a debate with somebody where all we talking about is opinions. I don't know how to, I can't do that. But, and because a nigga can feel however they want to feel. But when we talking about facts, fam, God had me laughing. I coughed up phlegm, and it's all the problems. Yes, that's all you're ever trying to do. You know what a trial is? A trial is setting traps for the other side, because you're going to assume if the other side gets the opportunity to say whatever they want to say and the jury hears it, they're going to win. Always assume that. Always assume that the other side, if they get the opportunity to present their case without us saying anything, they will win. You move from that perspective, right? So therefore, we have to know what they're doing. We have to be able to telegraph. We have to be able to see or know where they're going to go so we can set a trap. So when they get there, we got it. What bigger trap can you set than knowing already who's going to be their best witnesses and already have it where their witnesses just in general can't be trusted because they even think their own witnesses are liars? You save that until you get to that indefensible point, and then you blow them up. And while you blow them up right there, you unravel the other things that were believed to be true that you just let go. Because in that moment, you broke the jury's hope of inalienable, of overwhelming belief that the good side is good. Now the jury don't believe the good side is good. Now we have to question the things that we've heard from the prosecution that we believed. Anyway. Any other aspect of this particular case y'all wanted to talk about? Put it in the chat. We are an hour and 30 minutes into the show. It's 10:05. Hope everybody's enjoying the show this morning. I appreciate y'all guys pulling up to the BBN networks, all of the things. Anything y'all want to talk about this morning, put it in the chat. Reasonable doubt is all the jury needs. That's it, fam. They were supposed to hit them in the head with, they don't believe their own witnesses. Because you don't think they're going to argue with their witnesses later? You don't think the prosecution is going to argue? Even if their witnesses want to go up there and say yes to the things that they're asking them. Not many of their witnesses are just going to be people that got freaking mental health disorders and they're just argumentative just to be argumentative. Do you understand how many people that they're witnesses that are just going to be arguing for the sake of the arguing or sounding defensive for the sake of sounding defensive? And you just had the opportunity to plant that seed in the jury's mind and they didn't. You can't tell me that wasn't a miss. You can't tell me that wasn't a miss, man. That was a miss. I think they messed up. That's just my opinion, though. I could be wrong. I think they messed up. I don't know if that opportunity is going to arise again. Not to this magnitude. It might rise again. Maybe they know what to do next time. I think they were too hyper-focused on specific points, so they didn't let it organically. They didn't have somebody that was sitting there waiting to see the break on the curveball. You understand? Shout out to Brandon Washington. Go enjoy your day, my brother. Salute. They didn't have nobody doing that. They had everybody hyper-focused on what we gonna say, what we gonna say, what we gonna say, what we. They wasn't listening to what them niggas was saying. They better take advantage of the next opportunity. They got to take advantage of it. I know for a fact there's gonna be another opportunity, but this witness hurt them. Just saying. This witness, and I'm pretty sure other witnesses are also, but if I'm to believe what Shallow Hal said, and I believe him, I don't think he's telling me a lie. This witness was the head of the street gang, and he just pointed at everybody that was in that courtroom and said that they were part of the street gang. Correct? I hope I'm receiving this and then reiterated it back or respond or send it back to you in the appropriate context, right? So he wasn't head of the music part. He was head of the actual gang where they did crimes at, right? Now, this whole entire trial starts because they're saying YSL, the only reason why it even became a music entity in the first place is because of a situation when Big Nut got killed, right? So they're basically saying that the tipping off point that created the music industry, the music aspect or the music side of YSL comes directly from the situation where Big Nut was deep unalived, correct? So that means that he can't say, I moved away from the gang after we made the music because that crime existed before the music label existed. Of course, he's just laying down foundation. That's what we're talking about. We're literally, Shotty B just came in here and said he's laying down foundation. I said that like 3 or 4 times this whole show, fam. And that's why you have to prevent him from laying down the foundation. Like, that's the most important part of building a house, but you put the foundation. Like, I don't understand. You saying I'm doing something wrong? Or you saying he's doing something wrong? Because you know the foundation is like the most important part of a house, right? Okay, copy. All right, we here though, but I appreciate your comment. Shout out to you. No hate. I feel a way sometimes when people just come in and they say the thing that I've been saying, like I haven't been saying it. So I'd be like, is this motherfucker trolling me? Part of my language. I gotta clean that up. I'd be like, yo, is this guy trolling me? And like, you just came in and said the same thing I've been saying for the last 1 hour and 35 minutes. Anyway, or at least you're saying it while that's basically what I'm breaking down. So yeah, this is why you have to attack what this guy is saying. This is why you can't allow for them to lay the foundation, because everything is going to be built up from the foundation. So you're going to allow for the foundation to work for you or work for them. You want the foundation of this case to be the guy that was the founder of the street gang pointed out in courtroom that they are also members of this said street gang. You want that to be, because if I remember correctly, Thug was paying for the house that guy was living at with other members, correct? If I remember correctly. So so you want that to be the foundation that we're laying this conversation, laying this trial on, or do you want the foundation to be that the prosecution can't even trust their own witnesses? What do you want it to be? Which one do you choose? I guess it would depend on what side you're on, correct? So if you were somebody that was pro Thug, what side would you choose? You choose for them to have the foundation that Thug is a part of this gang, and also not just that, when he was saying wasn't a part of the gang, he was paying for where they lived at whenever they needed help. He was their benefactor, because that's basically what that is. Just so we could be clear. Yeah, shout out to Shot. Yeah. Shout out to B. I'm calling you SB, by the way. I'm just gonna call you SB. Yeah. No, I'm not throwing shots at you, fam. In the end, no, still killed him, saying that Thug disowned him. But you're right. If Nut wouldn't have got killed, we wouldn't even have probably been here. I'd have to hear the interaction. I didn't hear that interaction, so I don't want to comment on it. If you tell me specific things that was said during the interaction, I would be able to comment on the specific things and logistically how they work with what I currently know about the case. But I don't know. But I don't know how Thug just disowning that dude works. Like when, why, how? Like I just need a little bit more, just to be fair, for me to be able to have a informed comment on the subject. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so just so we can be clear, I would prefer not to jump to a conclusion. I'm going to try to bring that window up, and then I'm going to try to check and see what the poll is. We about to lag, y'all. We're about to lag, y'all. Come back to the chat. We're about to lag. I'm telling you, we're about to lag. Don't be too mad. Okay, so working over there, we lagging. I'm seeing what's happening. Might get kicked. I'll be back if we get, just letting you know. All the things. I don't know. I don't know. I can't even tell you if I don't know if it looks bad for Thug, just so we could be clear. I don't know if it looks good. I don't know if it looks bad. All I know is that it's just really shaky. And I think that there was an opportunity or two that I think that his attorneys missed. But, you know, what do I know? They know more about this case than I do. They know more about the information. They know more about the evidence. They know more about what's to come down the line, the witnesses and whatnot. They know way more than I do. But so we can't know if my opinion on this is a good idea until after the trial. And just so we could be clear, we've covered quite a few trials, and my opinions on what the defense should have did in many of these trials or should do in many of these trials have been on point. I've been right way more times than I've been wrong, and it's not even most. We got 62 people that voted. Salute. Hey, SB, did you vote? Says, do you think Thug is in trouble because of that witness? Oh, first of all, I'm not saying SB's name on purpose because his name sounds like a different person's name. So I would hate for somebody to take a clip of me interacting with that guy and then try to make it sound like I'm talking shit to about a different person. So that's why I'm not saying the person's name. Do you think that Thug is in trouble because of that witness? 29% said yes. 63 people voted. 29% said yes. 22% said no. 25% said 50-50. And 24% said just want to see the results. And I accidentally put a B after the word just. We're not going to end the poll. I'm going to keep the poll up. We stop that. lagging. Break down some of the lag. I'm gonna move this over some. All right, boom, there we go. We could talk about the alien situation in Miami also. We could talk. If y'all got anything else y'all want to discuss, put it in the chat. I'm gonna go to commercial break in like a minute. I'm gonna go to commercial break. If you got anything else y'all want to put in the chat, put it in the chat. We'll discuss all of that stuff. Discuss the alien stuff. Discuss whatever y'all want to talk about. Put it in the chat. I just want to go over what Zigster put up real quick. We're gonna go to a commercial break and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna interact. And once again, SB, thank you for your comment. I did not. I hope I didn't upset you. I like when it's crooked though. I like when it's crooked. Zigster says he admitted on the stand that Thug disowned him. See, but I don't know how the disowning thing goes. Like, I don't know if that's a good idea to say that one man disowned another man when they're talking about who's the head of a gang. I hope you can understand my sentiment that I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, we're talking about who's the head of a street gang, and one guy talks about disowning another guy. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just being honest with you. Who brought up the disowning part? Thug's defense team brought it up? Because I hope they didn't. I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe it's a great idea. What the hell do I know, right? Still asked him if he only wanted immediate gratification through petty crimes instead of working with the music. Did he say that he only wanted immediate gratification through petty crimes? Like, did he say, yeah, man, I didn't want any of that long-term success? So, did he do that? I'm curious. Oh, man. Oh, man. Because if that's what happened, I don't know what to tell you. I think that's a bad idea, y'all. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to go to commercial break. We'll be right back. I think that's a bad idea, Law. I don't know what to tell you. You can feel however you want to feel about it, though. But I just think that I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know what they're trying to do. I guess I have an idea of something. I guess I'll tell you in 2 seconds. We'll be right back. I have an idea on something. I'll tell you. We'll be back in 2 seconds. Just going to see what we're going to run. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Made a meal before the Richie T, no lacking, bitch, I'm sitchy like my bitch is yellow bone, ass fat, yeah, I'm picky, I'm the type to hit a bitch from the back like she Ricky, get her hair done, just to get some top, now it's frizzy, when I'm done, I just bust all on her face, left her sticky, flood the whole hood with work, shit, now everybody busy, when I make it, whole hood coming, everybody with me, I'm the type to pop out with that stick, like you watching Disney, put 2 O's in both sides of his V, now he drizzy, I be deep down in my feelings, like who really rocking with me, yeah, my trap booming, bitch, I got more 3 5s than Griffies, yeah, them purse real, give it 5 minutes, you be itchy, man, I hate these hoes, all of them some bougie broke bitches, living rich records, bitch, we some cutthroat niggas, wanna be the game, gotta catch a body, no snitching, when I caught that case, it was just me, no code of fitness, how I change up, been acting like I don't know niggas, switching lanes up, no, this ain't that S550, switch my name up, yeah, but I'm the same old nigga, plain James cool, yeah, but I like diamonds on my wrist, long live stacks, still can't believe he independent, long live hat, niggas know he shot stacks, killer, that's that get back, every time we spend our ops block, they heard that shit clap, everybody kick like 4Ks, that's a Kit Kat, bitch, I dropped a mint on the grill, that's a Tic Tac, I be fresh as fuck, all designer, but it's mismatch, tap in, I'm taxing for the sauce, yeah, I got that, bitch, don't ask me what I'm smoking on, cause it's that iPad, bullet got no name, but them shits hitting who I shot at. Know his name ain't T.I., but we left that nigga top back. Got them all waiting for the tape, they like drop that. When I'm in the A, they know my shit, I gotta pop that. Thinking I can't fuck your bitch, nigga, boy, stop that. Yeah, bitch, I'm Bugatti, you getting dropped if you not that. 731, I'm on the north side, when we my back. Ops say they gon' slide, but they just talking like a podcast. Fuck that yapping, drop the low, we pull up where they drop that. Left a wet sign on they block, the way the game can't go and mock that.
All right, so Barreal says Tuck. I thought it was Tuck, whatever. Said he wanted fast money, shaking my head, and look like a sad puppy. I want to say something real quick. That might be something that he just has to say because he has to stick with that narrative. Because as long as he keeps saying, nah, I was only in it for the crime. I was in it for the crime. I was in it for the crime. Then basically that's how the government is saying there's no reason for Thug to have been doing all of these dealings with him. But if he starts saying, I was trying to go clean, then it's going to be like Thug was trying to save his friend. But if he's just like, I'm just only in it for the crimes, then it was like Thug was not, no, he was promoting, this thing that is a thing. So that's probably why he has to say he was only in it for the crimes. He's like, crimes is me. I'm crimes. I'm all of the crimes. So remember, I didn't see the whole testimony. I only seen the part that I spoke about in the beginning. So a lot of this stuff is stuff that you're telling me. So I'm responding back to you, and this is what I saw. Or I didn't see it, but this is, what I see when you're talking to me. Zixter says, he said you was surprised he said that. What the fuck? I believe he probably had no choice because remember, they're trying to paint the narrative that, if no one that wasn't a part of a criminal lifestyle would have had the relationship with the Trontavious guy that Thug had, if they weren't also a part of this criminality. You understand it? So I believe that that's the narrative that the prosecution is pushing. So that's why he has to say, nah, I'm all of the crimes. I wanted to I wanted to unalive alley cats. So I don't know what kind of crimes he was thinking about doing. I wanted to rob the milkman. I don't know. I have no idea, fam. I don't want to say something and somebody go do a thing and then somebody say, so I'm just saying ridiculous things that don't make sense. But the point in which I'm trying to say, he was about the crime. So it don't make sense for Thug and him to have had a relationship, right? Boom. Unless he was also about the crimes, right? Boom. Get it? Zixter says, he said he was leading a life of crime and Thug was switching up the narrative with the music. That's why he told cops he wasn't ROC no more. Mind you, technically, Thug was never ROC. Yeah, okay. But he already said Thug was a part of the gang and that the gang existed before the music entity existed. And the government is basically saying that the music entity became about because of a gang activity thing that had happened that unalived the dude. So just so we could be clear, these is probably all things that it's okay for him to say. You get it? You get it? He says, messed me up when she asked him to name 3 people and he said I was all 3. You mean the 3 people that started the shit? I don't know you well enough to put your name up there. I put your name up there, and the next thing I know, you could be part of the hate group. And they be like, we on the Pros Network. And then I got to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. Oh, man. Oh, man. Y'all ready? Y'all still in this conversation? Y'all want to talk about the situation down in Miami? If there's anything else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. Once again, I don't believe the thing that happened in Miami is really the thing that happened. I think they just tricking people. I don't think it really is the thing that happened. Just so we can be clear. I don't believe it's a thing that really happened. I believe it's just technology that they're using to make people believe that they saw a thing, and then they used a little bit of mass hypnosis. That's what I think happened. I believe that if there was ever any actual aliens that was walking around downtown somewhere, you think that they wouldn't have just crushed the police cars? You think the police is, without firing their weapons, without using force, you think the police is just going to be able to communicate to the aliens, don't do crimes, and the aliens is going to not do crimes, even though the aliens have no idea what crimes are? I'm just curious about this while we just talking about our imaginations. So nah, I'm not capping none of that. They just tricking people, fam. Bo Real says they went on break and he named the 3 people, one of his friends that passed away. Okay. Yeah, so that whole we're not doing that. None of that makes any sense. None of that makes any sense. It makes zero sense, right? It makes zero sense. They just been preparing us for shit like that, like with like the MCU. Like the MCU has been preparing us for us to see shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we prepared. We ready for some blue beam to come out the top of the fucking sky. You know, first of all, think about it like this. They got this thing that they call it, basically what I'm talking about, when they're going to trick us in real life into thinking that alien ships is over here and there and then all this other shit. It's called Project Blue Beam, allegedly, right? What do they call the epidemic in movies that has been the third act of almost every movie that's been coming out that was a big budget blockbuster for the last like 6 or 7 years? They've been calling it, they say that's the sky beam, right? All of the movies has been ending with a sky beam, right? I'm just asking, fam. Or the Avengers big movies, sky beam. Random big movie, sky beam. I'm just saying. And it's usually blue. Anyway, the witnesses said they weren't being aggressive or confrontational exactly. They were just languishing around. So were there any footprints? Because these things were supposed to be extremely big. So I would assume something that was massive had mass. So I would assume something that was large, massive, and had mass. And I'm going to assume it had mass because it was allegedly, at least the little footages that we saw, it was moving very slowly. So that means that it had a lot of mass, right? It was lumbering around, right? But it left no footprints. How about skin flakes? Nothing. So there's nothing. Yeah, no, I don't believe that. Hey, I don't believe that. It don't make sense. I'm not saying that angels don't exist. I believe they do. If we saw an angel, we wouldn't be able to differentiate the difference between an angel and an alien, because in reality, an angel would be alien to us. We've never seen an angel. Also, if you ever heard the way that angels were described in the Bible, them things is we might have a heart attack. We see one of them damn things in real life. I'm just keeping it honest with you. You see an actual angel in real life, you might have a heart attack, man. Your brain isn't even going to be able to compute what the fuck you looking at. Them shits do not look like them cherubs that they be showing with them little cherubs. You know what I'm saying? Them little babies with the wings and shit. They do not look like that, fam. What the Bible explains is pure horror movie stuff. It's like, I don't know what the hell to call it. Some of these angels got like 30 eyes, and that's only on one side. So I'm not doing this. So in that regard, nah, I don't think that was. Nah, so I do think that these things exist. Don't get it confused. I don't think that that's what was happening. You understand? Like I had a conversation with somebody the other day. Somebody they love passed away from COVID. And so they're like, they passed away. It was COVID. Down there. And I feel bad for them. But I found this out because we was in a conversation and I was trying to explain that I do believe that there was something that was killing people. I just don't think it was COVID. I think it was just something else. People were dying, and there was something that was killing people. I just don't think it was COVID. And so this was a very tough conversation for me to have with this person, who I'm very fond of, just so we could be clear. I'm very fond of the individual. And the person that they lost is very close to them and important to them. So, Smoke Rebel says, and then blame it on the black kids. That's because whenever you want to get away with a crime, blame it on a black man. Whenever you want to find somebody to accuse of something that they didn't do, find a black man. You're gonna win more times than you're gonna lose. And that's just the way it is. Because in our society, we're predisposed to think that black men and are, we villainize black men. We're predisposed to do it in our society. So what you have to understand is when they say children, what are they really saying? We hear children, but what do we really think of? We're not really thinking of no little kids. We're not even really thinking of white kids. We're specifically thinking of groups of black boys running around doing bullshit. At least that's usually the way in which it's described. When I hear kids, I just think of a mob. I actually don't even think of children. I just think of a mob, because a lot of times y'all see freaking 22-year-old people, and because y'all don't know them personally, you might think they're a kid. You understand? They might have the whole baby face going on and underdeveloped, Fannie Willis accused of hiring a man she was in a romantic relationship with to prosecute Donald Trump and play a predominant role in the election interference case. Bombshell court documents claim. Why every time we find out something about some people in the Democrats, it's always some kind of sexual deviancy going on with them? Or is that just me, fam? Or is that just me, fam? Yo, did y'all hear about this situation in New York City? 10 people arrested. They had a Hasidic church down somewhere. I don't know where it's at. So there's a tunnel under the thing. There was a big ass tunnel. I don't know what the tunnel was for, obviously. So the government found out about the tunnel somehow. They went to go fill the tunnel in. What the hell was their tunnel doing under a damn building? Like, what the hell how's that going on? So anyway, this is them arresting people and tearing up the church in place, and these guys are fighting the police back like a mug. You know why this happened though, right? I could tell y'all why this happened. Anybody want to know why this happened? Y'all need me to connect the dots, or could anybody just figure out why this happened? Anybody could connect the dots, or could y'all just figure out why this happened? I can tell you why this happened. Something is going on. Who knows? They stay prayed up, walk righteous. Definitely stay prayed up. Something is definitely going on. The Bible talks about it. We should be cheering on God's triumphant return, by the way. Not trying to say, how are we going to stop it? We're not supposed to be doing that. We're supposed to be cheering it on. That's the part they don't tell you. That when Armageddon, that when the end of days come, we're supposed to be cheering it on. That's the part they don't tell you. Just something to think about. Anyway. I know why this is happening to them, though. I can tell you why this is happening. Anyway, nobody cares about that. We'll just move on. Yeah, they're just arresting the shit out of people. No, it's not for a distraction. At least I don't believe so. Maybe it is, but it's not for a distraction. There's a thing going on, man. But I've been telling y'all about the thing that's going on. There's a thing going on. We've spoken about it already. We've spoken about it extensively, by the way. Yeah, we've spoken about it extensively. There's a thing going on. This is why there's a reason why I keep trying to tell y'all, stop believing all of these powers that be working together. They're not all working together, fam. Some of these niggas don't even like each other. They just be super powerful over here, super powerful over there. They don't even like each other, fam. It's smoke on sight. And y'all think that they friends because, you know, when they do, you know, out in public and the cameras is on, they play the game. They don't like each other, fam. Stop thinking that they all in line. They really not all in line. It really ain't there's one person, and no matter what side you go to, God don't work like that. Even though God 100% works like that, but not the way that you think. Our choices are important. They gotta make us think that our choices don't matter, so we don't use our choices responsibly. Our choices matter. Use your choices responsibly. Stop thinking that you could F up as many times as you want and then just come back to God. What everybody forgets is the Bible said that there's just only the God's at the beginning and end. There's a number on how many people are going to be allowed into heaven. It's already a forethought conclusion because the end has already happened. Why don't you make sure you're a part of that list instead of assuming either everybody goes or nobody goes? It's a list, fam, and it's a number, fam, and it's well under 1 million. It's under 500,000. Just so we could be clear. Yes, I know the number. It's under 200,000. Think about how many billions of people on the planet, fam. And you can't even spend a little bit of time being a nice person, being a kind person. Take that into consideration. Less than 200,000 people is going to get into heaven. So says the Bible. So says scripture. There's billions of people on the planet right now, and you spending your time doing hateful shit instead of trying to get in God's graces. Think about that for a moment. Is that rain? It's the wind. The rain is definitely coming any minute now. I'm enjoying the show this morning. No, I was gonna go to a commercial break. I'm gonna put if anybody want to come up here and chat, not just anybody, obviously. There's a criteria because I wish I could just let anybody come up, but I can't. So there's a criteria. And a lot of the criteria is based around basically I put the link, you try to join. When you come here, whether you're going to show your face on camera or not, I have to see who you are. If I can't see who you are to make sure that you're not certain individuals, I'm not going to invite you up. That's one. Two, if you're somebody that I just don't know and you haven't been in the chat, I'm probably not going to invite you up because I got to just move differently. I'm not one of those want to argue with niggas' pages, and it's a shame that that's what people want my page to be. I don't want to do that. I'm a different type of nigga, fam. I don't want to sit around arguing with you all day. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Discuss, put it in the chat. I'm not in no rush. I am hungry though, and I want to go get something to eat. I'm not in no rush. What up to the few? Salute. Yeah, we can recap the situation. So, appreciate you, Zixa. Yeah, we can recap the Cash App situation. I was reading what Zixa's comment. We can recap the thug situation. So basically, we had the first witness. I believe this is the first witness. His name is Trontavious. Somebody put his name in the chat. I'm not sure what his name is. So Trontavious or something like that. So apparently we have the thug situation. So thugs, so this is the first witness. One of the big points that was made when the prosecution was up there is he pointed at Thug and the other accused, the defendants, and basically said that they are part of this street gang. Now, for everybody that don't know, first YSL, the gang existed, and then YSL, the music label, existed. Now, from what I'm being told, this particular individual that we're speaking about, he has said that he was actually one of the founders of the gang aspect of it. So for him to now point at the individuals who are currently on trial and say that those guys are part of Tick, thank you. To say that those guys, what's his real name though? What's his real name though? What's his real name? I think that's the Trontavious guy. Anyway, it's either here or there. So basically he pointed at Thug, and that's basically what we were speaking about. We were speaking about the ramifications of this particular individual basically saying that Thug and other defendants were actually part of the street gang. We was discussing the ramifications of that. That's a whole long conversation. You will have to go back and discuss that. And we to hear that. And we also was discussing when the is that the real Zigster? If that's the real Zigster, hit my DMs. If that's the real Zigster, hit my DMs. Say what's up. So, because if that's the real Zigster, hit my DMs. Say what's up. I'm curious. So, just so we could be clear, Trontavious. I thought it was Trontavious. Hold on. Let me just find it. I'm pretty sure that's not it. That's if that's the real Zigster, hit my Instagram. Yeah, Trontavious. This is his name. I don't think that's the real Zigster. I think that's a fake Zigster. So I told him to hit my Instagram because I'm pretty sure it's a fake Zigster. I think so. I could be wrong though. So I just want to be sure. This is. So this is the dude's name. Nah, you gotta hit my DMs. If you don't hit my DMs, I'm not gonna think it's you. And I'm gonna block this account. I'm just letting you know. If you're not gonna hit my DMs, I'm not gonna think it's you. Thank you. You know we got problems over here. I'm sorry for putting you on the spot like that. I'm sorry for putting you on the spot like that. You know we got issues over here. You know I got people who are just in love with me in the wrong way. I'm apologizing. I apologize. You know I got people in here that you know I got people out there that's in love with me the wrong way. All right, so Trontavious Stevens. So I was right. You know why I was wrong? Because I was thinking Stevens with the V. So that's why I kept saying it to myself. I was like, I think I'm saying his name wrong because I wasn't thinking Trontavious Stevens. I was thinking Trontavious Stevens with the V. So yeah, my memory just works different. in any regard, he took the stand and he pointed at these guys and he said that they was all part of the gang. And since he is one of the founding members, I thought it was a founding members of the music side. I was told he was a founding member of the actual street gang side. Being that's a thing. Like, wow, that's terrible. Yes, it's tick. Copy. It's tick. All right, I'll try to reference him as tick. All right, I'll try to remember. I'm serious too. I'm not even fucking with you. I'm serious. I try to remember. But I like saying the name Trontavious Stevens. I just like saying that because, like, if my name was Trontavious Stevens, as bananas as that name is, that's how niggas would know me. I would have no nickname. Trontavious, motherfucker. What the fuck is you talking about? Part of my language. That's the kind of energy I'm gonna come with. Like, what are you talking about? They gonna call me Vicious for short. What are you talking about? Tell me where I'm wrong at. Anyway, my brain works really fast, don't it? It works really fast. Anyway, also, there was a conversation about how, and I think this is what people were saying that might help Thug, just so we could be clear. His attorney had proven, so there was a situation where there was a post that was put out that basically, I think a lot of people got the post incorrect also because it was said something about 25 million was put on somebody's head. So I do remember when that post had came out, and I believe that DJ Academics had posted it, something about or in reference to it. And basically what the post basically had said is that 24 million on a head or something like that by Young Thug saying it. So, but Young Thug wasn't talking about putting 24 million on somebody's head in order for hurting somebody. He was talking about the fact that little Uzi Vert had put a damn stone, had put a diamond or whatever, $24 million like ruby or gem or some shit like that in the middle of his forehead, which is bananas. I mean, that's just, you're just asking for somebody to rob you and take your whole skull with them. You're like, I don't want to get regular mugged. I want to get the type of mugged where the top of my head gets taken away with the burglars. Like, what the hell, fam? Like, what kind of rob do you want to get? You want them to just, they're going to yank the damn diamond and your whole brain matter going to start coming out with it. You know, like when you tug on the string, they're going to yank the damn jewel out. His whole brain going to start coming out like it's got a shirt unraveling. Like, why would you do that, fam? These guys, I don't understand them. Anyway, so they were able to ascertain, or they were able to get, to convey the message that just because somebody says a dollar amount and says that it's on another person's head, that's not necessarily saying that we're trying to encourage other people to kill that person or unalive that person, or that they're trying to encourage somebody to go do any type of criminal activity. They could be making a different reference, as in the reference also, just so we can be clear, they could be making a reference of positivity towards an individual. So I assume that they're going to try to use this later to be like, well, yeah, we put 15 on that guy's. No, we didn't put 15 on his head. We were saying his hat is nice. We thought it was worth $15,000. So I assume that that's the way to go. So I assume that that's where they're going to try to go with the conversation. That's just what I got to say on that. It's a lot going on in this case, but I think Still was doing well for Thug. I think he's doing everything that he can. Well, no, I guess not, because I thought of about 3 things that he should have did today, right? I thought about 3 things he should have did. He has the best intentions involved. I mean, you didn't go after. He have to go after when the guy argued with the damn defendant. I mean, the guy when the prosecutor basically called his own witness a liar. You have to point that out. They didn't point that out. I don't know what to do with that. Maybe it was a trap and they didn't want to fall for a trap. Maybe they thought there was a trap there. I don't know. But you jump on that opportunity. You put somebody on the stand. They're on the stand and you're basically calling them a liar while they're on the stand. What the hell, fam? And they didn't think at all about bringing that up. Just so we could be clear. Not at all. I think that was a loss. I'm sorry. I think he messed up. I think he had to make a big deal about that. I don't think that's something that you allow for the jury to gloss over. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. But what generally does an attorney do when the opposing counsel calls somebody on call? They call the witness, and then they call their own witness a liar. What do they? What? I don't know. Anyway. I don't know what to say. You mean every time they try to do what? The Zig stuff. What are they trying to do and then they get shut down? What are they trying to do? Bananas. I don't know what to tell you. Effing nanas. If I'm wrong about any of this, tell me. If y'all don't agree with me, if you think I'm incorrect, if you think they should go about it a different way, let me know. If you think my strategy is wrong, explain to me how. Just don't tell me it's wrong. Be like, yo, Jack, that don't make sense. And this is how. Point 1. I'll listen. Wait, what are they objecting to? I don't know what they're objecting to. Oh, you talking about when they're making objections just in general. Well, it might be bad objections. I don't know what the objections are. Might be bad objections. I mean, I don't know. Might be bad objections. I don't know. Well, due respect. We're gonna try to see. We're gonna lag for a second again. You already know, because we're gonna go try to get these. We're gonna go try to get these results. So I gotta do some stuff over here. Oh, y'all lagging over there? Just let me know. Is there any lag happening over there? Any lag at all? I could just check myself. I'll be checking to see if Shorty be posting during the show. I ain't even gonna lie. That Shorty that that Shorty that live around here, the Puerto Rican Shorty. She cute. I ain't gonna lie. Sometime during the show, I pick up, see if she posted. Hold on. That's not. I did do that, but that's not what I picked the phone up for. I forgot what I picked the phone up. Oh. We waiting to see the results of this thing. Zigza says, I've been watching. Sometimes it doesn't even make sense to say anything because the judge be bugging too. I'll watch a couple of days. I'll try to get appraised to it. I'll try to catch up. There's a reason why I don't. Because we're not really covering the trial right now. And this is a trial that it's gonna be going on for like how long? So if I was to cover this trial, I would be able to do anything else. So we'll just move over to the trial when there's interesting things happening. Is that fair? Is that fair? Because I mean, this trial is going to go on for how many months? Like, there's nothing else to do. All right, so we're running pretty smooth, and I got the thing up right now, and we're running pretty smooth. So this is a win. It says we got 79 votes so far. Let's read this off real quick. Oh, it might jump again. Hold on. We got 79 votes so far. It says, give me 1 second, Zixta. It says, do you think Thug is in trouble because of that witness? 29% said yes, 22% said no. and 24% just want to see the results. So to be perfectly honest with you, everybody is pretty split on this, like generally speaking, right? And some people indifferent. They don't really care about this shit at all. They like, whatever, nigga. So people are pretty evenly split on this. The people that think that he might be guilty, that this is going to help. The people that think it's not going to help. The people that think it might not help. And like, so people are pretty indifferent on this. Like, I think that this is something that is just pretty generally difficult. Zixta, yes, I do remember you wanted me to cover this from the beginning. So anytime you think that there's something that I should be talking about on the show, please send me a clip. Is that fair? And I invite you to come up here and talk to me about it whenever you want to come up here and talk to me about stuff that's happening. Is that fair? Let me know what you think about that. I'll allow for you to come. You're watching it every day. I'll allow for you to come up in here and keep us on point. Will you be ready to come up here tonight? If I have a show tonight, you pulling up tonight? I'm talking to you, Zixta. If I have a show tonight, you pulling up tonight? You gonna pull up? You gonna come talk? You gonna keep us appraised on the situation? You gonna tell us what's happening? I am not gonna overtalk you. I'm gonna let you talk. What up, Manzi? Salute. He said 50-50. Yeah, if anybody wanna put your what you voted in the chat, please do. I would love to know what you guys think specifically. So that's a yes or it's a no? It's an all right then. That sounds like a yes. I want to know beforehand because this weighs a lot into how determined I am to do a show. You know, if I got to guess, I kind of got to do a show. Sometimes I'd be like, there's only like 1 or 2 people that really want me. Sometimes it's enough, and sometimes it's just not. My apologies to those 1 and 2 people. All right, pull up. If you send it to me early enough, I'll have it ready for the show. You was here when a lot of people weren't here, so they don't know how we work over here. A lot of people don't know that that when you're a part of our community that you could come up here and talk. You know, a lot of people don't know that. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that when you contribute to what we're doing over here, that I post you. A lot of people don't know that. You understand? So a lot of people don't know that. We're going to probably be Eastern. No, we're going to probably be live way before 10. If I started going live at 10, I'd probably do more shows. Sometimes I don't go live because it'd be like later than I necessarily wanted to start. But no, we're probably going to go live around 8:39. I'm going to try to stick to that 8:39 schedule. But you can come on at 10. If 10 is a good time for you to pull up, then fine. 10. I'll stay live. I ain't gonna lie, I'm checking to see if Homegirl posted. That's if you want to pull up. If you don't, I'm sorry, I put people on the spot a lot, don't I? I do not do that on purpose. I promise you I don't. It's just that's the way my brain works. Like, all right, fuck it, let's go do it. You know, that's the way my brain works. I don't really wanna. I want to just do the thing. Like, I don't want to talk about it. Cat Williams said Jamie Foxx was gay. Oh, this is that oh yeah, he did say that. Yes, I am a journalist. I appreciate that. I like when I get the opportunity to do journalism. I don't always get that opportunity, you know. I need to make more opportunities for me to do journalism also. So apparently I found out that Kanye's wife always dressed like that. Is that true? Apparently I'm finding out that this lady that's Kanye's wife, she always walked around with no damn clothes on. So one, shout out to Kanye not forcing her to do that buffoonery. And two, I want to take that shout out back because Kanye, how do you marry this woman? That part. Anyway, I don't understand half of this stuff. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't understand half of this stuff, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I understand it, but it don't make sense. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I get it, but you know, it doesn't make sense. Like, these aren't things that people should want. I get it though. You know, that these, huh? Hold on, this girl's an actress? Nah, she just gotta just look like the other chick. She just probably looks like the other chick. You know. You ever met somebody? Just random thought. You ever met somebody somewhere was like dumb cool or whatever, and then you go about whatever, and then you find out that they was like somebody like a totally different time. You like be like, oh shit, I know that guy. Oh shit, I met her before. And it be and whatever happened is am I the only one that's happened? Because that's happened to me a lot of times. Am I the only one that's happened to? Like, I've hung out with people a shitload of times, had no idea who they were, and we had a blast. Had no idea who they were. No idea. Zero idea. Curious if that's happened to anybody else before. I think I'm about to get ready to go get lunch. I usually get lunch from the place over there. I'm just going to go to the supermarket, the cafeteria. I usually go get lunch from over there, but I don't think I want their cooked food today. I don't know. I think I'm going to get something else. And it looks like it's definitely about the rain. The fuck I'm talking about look like. It's definitely about the rain. So Zigster, let me know if you're going to pull up tonight. I'm sorry for putting you on the spot. I want to apologize about that. I guess I'm gonna let y'all guys go. I enjoyed the show this morning. We got to 2 hours and 2.5 hours. We have to do more shows. We paid for the StreamYard. We got our StreamYard up. So a lot of things I can actually do now. So that's dope. So that's dope. Be right back. We're gonna be right back. Give me 1 second. I want to say something real quick. So I just want to say something. If y'all noticing that clip, when I start shooting, I'm gonna post that whole video one of these days. That whole video, we was losing. I just want to be clear on that. We were losing. All right. That other team was killing us. I think game was like 16. We was down like 14 to like 4. Like we were getting killed. I just want y'all to know that real quick. We was down like 14 to 4. They was killing us. Those was twos I hit from behind the 3-point line. I tied the game up there. We was getting smoked. I might play that whole. I might show y'all that whole video one day. We was getting smoked. It was killing us. I just was like, fuck it. They scored one more. If they would have hit one more two, I believe that would have been game over. I think that's what I think. I think it was 14 to like 4, fam. We was getting smoked. It was killing us. I was playing like I didn't care. And the other guy, he was okay. He was what it is. He was good to be playing with them. He was good to be playing with them. No disrespect to nobody. I had fun. I had fun out there. All those guys. Shout out to everybody that was balling. I had fun. People gonna tell you I can't play either. You just saw me hit 5 threes. 2 of them had defense, but it don't matter. 5 threes, back to back to back to back to back to back. There's no way I can't play. They lied to you. They lied to you because I was killing them and they got tired of getting killed. So they lied to you. I'm telling you what happened. I was killing them. They got tired of getting killed. Before we forget, I haven't had nobody fucking with my chat today. I won't mention these people. I usually like mentioning when people fucking with my chat. So what's up? Like, call these rap bastards out. On its own thing right now, so we're gonna wait it out. All right, it was doing its own thing for a minute. We just gonna have to wait it out, fam. I don't know what was going on. I'm gonna go get me some grub though. I appreciate everybody that pulled up to the chat today. All of you guys are great. I appreciate all of the conversation that we've had. We have a very strong day in the comment section today. We had some really good, informative people that came in here and wanted to be a part of what we was doing instead of trying to destroy what we was doing. So that was always a good thing. Shout out to the Most High for sending us some good comments today. Shout out to some Most High for sending us some people that wanted to have a conversation. Shout out to the Most High for sending us good-hearted people that wanted to have a good day and wanted to also project that good energy on the other people. Shout out to the Most High for that. As always, God is good, and without him, we are nothing, but with him, we are everything. And that's our state of mind, and that's how we should always think. With that being said, we're going to get up out of here. Everybody, just enjoy your day. Go out there, do something worth doing, stamp God's name on it. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Boomers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.